Larry Matarazzo here at Douglas Elliman in East Setauket with one of the very, very experienced agents in this office, Yaffa Stegemann. Yaffa is celebrating now 23 years in the real estate business. You've sold a lot of houses, Yaffa. How many do you think you've sold over that 23-year period?
Well, it's just a good question. When I started, I used to keep track of what I sold. And now I'm at the point when it's impossible to keep track. I will say that I just can't count. There are probably a few hundred homes.
A few hundred now. Could it be like 400 homes?
More than 300 homes.
More than 300 homes. That's a lot of homes.
Yes. I guess I started with this business because I love the challenge of it.
That keeps you going.
That keeps me going. I mean, I'm very driven, and I found it every day is challenging, but I do love the challenge, but it's also exciting at the same time. I get to meet a difficult buyer, easy buyers, but I do have the patience to work with the difficult buyers as well as the easy buyers. That comes with the territory with this job. And I love to help my client, and I like the satisfaction when I find them their dream home, and then there's a very sending me the thank you, Yaffa, I love the home and we couldn't have done it without you. That makes me very, very happy. I have met through the years, I met great friends, a client that became also very close friend of mine. And I just love being with people, and I couldn't think anything better than this job. And I also I have never moved from this company because I chose this. I have been with this company since the first day when I started. Wow,
that is unusual, folks, in this business for an agent to stay 23 years with one company.
Because I felt it always has been a strong company, and it was very important for me to stay with a company that were investing so much money, helping us to do the best marketing, and they have the best tools for us to do the best job that we can do for the buyers and the sellers. The real estate, you have the biggest assets is your home. And when you give it to a small company, you might be on MLS, but you don't have the old from A to Z, like a company is like the marketing all over, not only the United States, we also overseas. Backing up, having somebody that backs you up in that way, it makes me feel very secure that I have all the tools and the technology to stay with this company.
So very important there. You want to be an individual, but also you feel that you have the backing of the company and you're using the company brand.
Absolutely, because
but what is the Yaffa Stegemann brand? You have your personal. How would you describe your personal brand? Because everybody has their own in real estate. What makes you the success that you are? What is it about your brand?
I found it very quickly when I started this business. I started this part-time thinking, because my kids were still in high school. I was raising twins, and I was juggling, taking them to all their activities. And then as they grew up and they finished college and left the home, I found that I needed to do this full-time if I want to be successful at this business. So you have to work really hard in order to succeed. It's not such a time like if you just thinking about you can have two jobs. It's very hard. This job, you need to be available. I made myself available 24/7.
That's a good a good tip.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, if
we have new agents watching,
yeah.
be available,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I never complain about it. Like probably I'll be driving home on my way home. I say, great, I can go and have dinner and a drink, and somebody all of a sudden call me. They need to see something immediately. You have to get used to it because this is not a 9 to 5 job. You know, you have to be available, but on the other hand, the same token, you know, you do have that flexibility to do a few things for yourself as well. You know, it's like you have to work out, you have to make sure that you're also taking care of yourself. Otherwise, you cannot be helpful to your client, and you have to have a good attitude. You have to have the motivation, and you have to be willing to do it on a daily basis, every day, to get up and do the same and I found it also exciting, and many times I meet fascinating people, and we live in an area that not too far from Stony Brook University, so it's very the market here is people really love the area. It's a beautiful area, the Tree Village area, but I usually travel no matter where, everywhere on Long Island, you know. To me, it's not a challenge to drive to Nassau County, for instance. I don't see it as a challenge. I would go anywhere that there is a listing, or somebody wants to see something like 1 hour away. That's not a problem either for me. It was never an issue. So you have to be willing to do the things that at first you'll find it difficult. But as you do it, you get the experience, and you do it, you know, for a few years, you'll find it to be not so, you know, it's actually something that you should learn, that you become to really like. It's like, to me, is like not doing it, that's a challenge by itself, you know, because I'm so used to this job. And it just, as I said, this job is actually helping people. And that's what I love to do, to help them to find their dream homes.
So you feel that helping people is one of the things that's kept you going all these years.
Correct.
Like enjoyment out of the job.
Yeah.
Why do you think, and you've been able to do this for 23 years at the same company, why do you think such a high percentage of realtors give up so quickly after maybe 1 year, 2 years? There are a large percentage that don't have that fortitude. Why can't they stick with it?
Because they should have been told that this job, they're not going to make money like overnight. This takes, you know, you have to build your database. I mean, the more you do it, you have a larger database, and you work your database. It becomes easier and easier as you do it more years. And when you start, you don't know anybody, you know, but you have to be active as well in the community, and in order to do all kinds of things, volunteer, do sport. I play tennis, and you have to do lots of other things in order to meet people, and you have to market yourself, and I think that's how you start. I mean, not okay, I became a real estate person, now what? You have to be telling people, you have to market yourself. My company doesn't do only my marketing, I also marketing myself. And you have to be easygoing person, a people person. And as I said before, I mean, you can't expect to start the real estate and make money the first months. If you do, then you're really lucky. But the majority of agents, they're not going to make money or even a year. But after that, they start. And then it's very rewarding when you start seeing your first paycheck, nice paycheck, you know. And that maybe will motivate you to stay longer.
So success breeds confidence in real estate. Exactly.
Correct.
What about technology? Like what we're doing here right now. This wasn't around in 2000. The internet was around, but not to the extent it is today. Has the advancement of technology helped you or has it made your job more difficult?
No, actually, it not only helped me. I found that it helped also the consumer, because we were more able to communicate faster, instead of me like the listing where we used to be everything in a book. People didn't have the access what was available in the market. Then I had to take him. It was like a blind person taking this client to see. I didn't have the ability to send all this magnificent virtual tours and pictures of the listing, and it helped the consumer. It helped me tremendously, the technology. Especially the funniest thing, it's my navigation system.
The navigation
to
system.
get to show 10 houses with the map, that was a huge challenge.
When you started, were you carrying a map in your car?
Correct.
An atlas?
And I get lost, and my client get lost behind me, and that was not a good experience. No. So the technology is definitely lots of agents at first, they thought maybe the consumer, they're not going to need us. On the contrary, they still need us, because we have a full-time job to assist with all their needs of the consumers. I don't think consumer can really, it's overwhelming for a consumer to do all this amount of work that we do on a daily basis for them, to sell the most precious assets, and without our help, because we do more than what usually people think that we do.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you feel that home sellers out there don't understand the amount of work it takes to sell a house or to help somebody buy one? Do you think it's a little underappreciated by the public?
Yes. I don't think they underappreciate it. I think they don't understand the amount of work that needs to be done.
It's more work than what it looks like.
Yes, because somebody can say, okay, we can sell a home for ourselves. It's almost mission impossible, because they have to make sure that the buyer is pre-qualified. It's no contingency. There are so many things to check and to handle with the attorney. They don't have to deal with the attorney. They don't have to deal with anything. We have to make sure that we bring a buyers ready, be pre-qualified, and has all the terms and conditions that the seller's looking for. It's already, as we said, the deal is kosher.
Yep. You have to make sure everything is in line.
Correct.
So if somebody wants to sell a home or buy a home on Long Island, what's the best way to get in contact with you, Yaffa?
My cell phone, which is 631-553-7040.
Okay. Yaffa Stegemann, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, not only in the Setauket area here, but across Long Island.